Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mukulika Banerjee. I'm the director of the LSE South Asia Center. And on behalf of the South Asia Center team that's present, the Deputy Director, Dr. Nilanjan Sarkar, the Communications and Events Manager, Chris Finnegan, I would like to invite you all to this wonderful evening that lies ahead of us. This is the third annual Bacha Khan lecture. And before I say any more about the lecture and what is in store, I would like to very warmly thank people who have supported us by coming to this lecture every year. Ziauddin Yousafzai, about whom I'll talk about in a minute. Ziauddin Saab has been an amazing supporter of the lecture throughout. Our friends in Bloomsbury, Pakistan, Nader Chima, who's been a terrific collaborator to make events like this come together and happen. My colleague from SOAS, James, who's here and a Pashto scholar, where is he? Where we've had previous Bacha Khan lectures at SOAS. All of us have come together to make this lecture happen every year, as close to 20th January as possible. Some years we've managed it in January, and this year we're holding it in March. It gives me personally particular pleasure that we are able to hold this at my current institution, the London School of Economics, this year. I don't think it's overstating or overstating for me to say that my encounter with Pashtun history, Pashtun culture, Pashtun people in what was then Northwest Frontier Province and now Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in the early 90s was completely transformative and life-changing. I went to the Northwest Frontier Province as a young PhD graduate student from the University of Oxford, curious about Bacha Khan, about the Khudai Khidmatgar movement, and had very few leads about how I was going to do this research. But I had some friends. I had the amazing Wali Khan Baba, who of course took me into his home and adopted me as a daughter, and as did the rest of his family, into the family, and then began the search for aging revolutionaries who were already in their 80s, 90s, some of them even over 100 in the Northwest Frontier, whom I went looking for and found and talked to. And the stories they told me about Bacha Khan, about the Khudai Khidmatgar movement, were astonishing. They were radical. They told a story that had been silenced for over 50 years. And it was very important to tell that story. And my humble offering back for that incredible display of warmth, hospitality, and friendship that I received in and amongst my Pashtun friends is what resulted in the book, The Pathan Unarmed. So I'm very humbled to be associated with the Bacha Khan lecture and to be able to invite you all to the third edition at our institution at LSE. Now, how we are going to do this this evening, we have managed to, with goodwill and remarkable initiative from Ziauddin Saab, we'll have a mixture of talks and poetry through this evening, and we're really aiming to wrap up by about 8 o'clock. So the way we are going to do this is have our two esteemed speakers, Khadim Saab and Rahmat Shah Saab, who many of you have come specially to hear, who've come all the way from Pakistan to be here. And we will have some wonderful and again much loved poets to recite some of their poetry in between. And as the evening unfolds, I will call upon our speakers to come on stage. So first of all, I would just like to introduce Ziauddin Saab, who of course everybody in this room knows. I don't need to give you his CV, but I just want to say just how remarkable he is as a person in private, in public, on Twitter, on social media. He is a true beacon of a set of values that I know personally he associates with being an admirer of Bacha Khan. But he is an admirer who has actually instantiated, practiced some of these values very practically in his real life, in the way, in the respect that he shows to the women around him. I don't know if any of you saw his tweet yesterday for International Women's Day. Any woman anywhere in the world will be jealous to have a husband like him, who would absolutely lay all his success and wisdom at his feet, and I'm delighted that she's here with us in the audience today, and of course, as Malala's father. And the title of his book, which is so beautiful and so well chosen, the book that has come out since we held the last Bacha Khan lecture that came out in the autumn, Let Her Fly, says it all. And and his support for this lecture, really, we wouldn't be able to do this lecture annually in the way that we've managed to do so far without his support behind it and his making it happen. So can I ask you all to join me in applauding, in appreciating Ziauddin Saab's contribution to making this lecture happen.
Hi, assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Mukulika. Thank you so much. You are the pioneer of this annual Bacha Khan lecture, and we all owe to you. Thank you so much. Everybody, I mean, if I say few words in my own mother tongue, is okay?
Please do.
कितने लोगों की समझ में आती है? पश्तो में बात करूं? मैं मेहमानों की ताकि साहिल साहब को भी समझ आ जाए. तो दे काल दा चिकन बाचा खान लेक्चर दे दा पारा मुंगा दे दो लोय शख्सियतुनु तदावत वर्कड़े दे यो डॉक्टर खादिम हुसैन दे और बदर रहमत शाह साहिल सेब दे. Dr. Khadim Hussain, he is MD Bacha Khan Trust Education Foundation. He has been teacher of linguistics in Bahria University and Qaid-e-Azam University. He has participated in many international conferences, and he has been contributing to the editorial pages of well-known Pakistan newspapers. And he is a great researcher in education, and he has authored a book, Rethinking Education and Critical Discourse. और उसने एक नावल भी लिखा है क्या नाम है पगडंडी के नाम से. I know Khadim Hussain Saab for the last 25 years, and we had been together in the Swat Valley together, and he is one of the pioneers of Swat civil society, and we have done great work together. My own friendship with him is for the last 25 years. And I remember that when I used to write some verses of poetry, so the first person I used to recite it was Khadim Hussain Saab. Thank you so much, Khadim Saab, for being here. And Rahmat Shah Sayel, when we think of Pashto poetry, a few names comes to our mind, 5, 6 names. Rahmat Shah Sayel must be one of them. And for me, I'm so inspired that if it is one name, it will be him. His life is a ceaseless journey of creativity and untiring struggle for human rights, for his people and for all downtrodden people in the world. He has spent many years in jail. And he has authored 15 books in poetry and 3 in prose. Personally, ذاتی طور ما د سایل صاحب نه زه په هغه وخت کې انسپایر وم چې کله زه د 14 کالو وم. دا ډېر کم عمر دی که نه جي. When I was 13-14 years old, I was inspired with Rahmat Shah Sayel. और ये कहानी बड़ी दिलचस्प है. At that very time, Sayel Saab poetry, he used to record it in the audio cassettes, and many people used to have those recording, and they used to play it on their audio players. Mung chota tape wayo. So I yani zada weli shama چې ما د جانان مینا هم د سایل صاحب د شعر نه زده کړې ده. ما د قام او د وطن مینه هم د سایل د شعر نه زده کړې ده او هم مې پې مانځلې ده. او ما د دردېدلي ځپلو خواریکښو محرومه طبقاتو د پاره درد هم د شاعر په د سایل سے په شعر کې محسوس کړی دی. ما ته یاد دی چې تورپیکی به زموږ ګاونډ ته راتلله نو پښتنو معاشره کې خو څوک چاته هغه مینې خو نه چې څوک چا سره ډیټینګ کوي. نو ما به د سایل صاحب شعر په کیسټ کې ولګاو او داسې شعر به و چې محبوب ستا رضا خو که د زړه مې درته ووي دا بام چې وي خالي مازدیګری نیمګړی ښکاري. تورپیکی خفه کېږه مو خیر دی. ډاکټر اکبر خان صاحب ناستی دی وایي دا دې څه وایي. او چې بیا رانه یو ځل دا خفه شوه نو ما دا شعر دې ته ولېږه چې شعر سو ستا د پښتو نه لوګې مه راځه خو هېڅوک د ځان سره پښتو نه کوي. او بیا د قام مینه چې کومه ده وی بیا وهم پتری سایل په خپل ټوټې ټوټې کچ کول. بیا وهم پتری سایل په خپل ټوټې ټوټې کچ کول. خیر د پښتنو نه د پښتو دپاره غواړم. او بیا د ځپلي خلقو مینه د محرومه خلقو مینه وی زما په زړه ستا په ځوانۍ نښې دي. زما په زړه ستا په ځوانۍ نښې دي. د دې وطن د غریبۍ نښې دي. د بېوسۍ نښې دي. ډېر ښه.
تور کرښې پردی نښې دي. ستا تورې زلفې زما اوچې شونډې د دې وطن د غریبۍ نښې دي.
And last interesting thing which I want to tell you that I learned Malala with Sayel's poetry. मैंने इसको साइल के नज़म की लोरी दी है. मलाल पासा टपखड़ पोरता पुख्तुन द नंग पो संदर अपोई का जिस्ता स्ता पटपकी हम यो असर दे अलतहुम जमरम दलतहुम जमरम. ما ته نو پتا ما ته دا پته وه چې ملاله به ټپه پورته کوي خو دا راته نه وه پته چې کومه ټپه به پورته کوي. ځکه تاریخي طور سایل صاحب دا ټپه چې کومه پورته کړې ده دا نظم یې لیکلی دی. It is about the Malala of Mewan who raised her voice to encourage Pashtun fighters to fight back for their freedom. But now I know مونږ د جنګونو نه تنګ شوي یو. مونږ جنګونه ډېر وکړل. د ملالې ټپه د تعلیم ټپه وه. د ملالې ټپه د تعلیم ټپه وه. د علم ټپه وه. د علم ټپه وه. او دغه پیغام د امن د علم د پوهې د عدم تشدد دا د باچا خان هم. او دا یو داسې آفاقي پیغام دی یو داسې رښتینی پیغام دی چې دا یونیورسل هم دی او دا آفاقي هم دی. دا نمري دا ژوندی دی. زه سوچ کومه کومه خبره به چې مونږ د تیرو 30 کالو نه مونږ کوو او داسې امن پسند خلک یې د 50 کالو نه کوي چې امن پکار دی، خوشحالي پکار ده، تعلیم پکار دی، جنگ کرکه ده، جنگ نفرت دی، جنگ تباهی ده. هغه خبره نن هر څوک کوي. خو زه ګیلمن په دې یم چې جنگ زمونږ په خطا کمو قوتونو مسلط کړی دی، په هغه تفصیل کې نه ځم. خو چې کله بیا په ځان راشي نو 2 ورځې جنگ نشي کولی. د امن جنډې پورته کړي، سپیره جنډه پورته کړي، د امن چغې ووهي او زمونږ په خاوره د 40 کالو نه جنگ مسلط دی او څوک د امن خبره نه کوي. د مسلمان نښه خو دا ده چې کم شی ځان دپاره غواړي نو هغه د بل دپاره هم غواړي که نه. بهرحال I'm so happy and it's a moment of pride that these two people, Rahmat Shah Sayel and Khadim Hussain, they have a very close connection with Bacha Khan. Rahmat Shah Sayel has been very close to him and he has been traveling with him. He had recited his poetry in Bacha Khan's rallies, meetings, and Khadim Hussain Saab is carrying his mission because Khadim Hussain Saab is the director of Bacha Khan Education Trust. So I think I'm not here to give you lecture. Our 2 amazing speakers are here, and I just leave it to Mukulika, Banerjee. Just to end with Rahmat Shah Sayel's stanza, he says, Zaliman ka da mashriq ka da maghrib di, raaz yow, andaz yow, ustaz yow de. Mazluman ka da mashriq ka da maghrib di, jwand yow, jawak yow, awaz yow de. O mashuman ka da mashriq ka da maghrib di, da jada او د خندا انداز یو دی. ډیره مننه.
Can I invite Khadim Hussain Saab to please...
Very good.
Yeah, why don't you speak? For about 15-20 minutes, our speakers will speak for about 15-20 minutes each. Thank you.
Thank you very much, London School of Economics, Bloomsbury Group, Ziauddin Yousafzai. But before I start, it's quite interesting. Ziauddin Saab made it easier for me. Before I start, I would like to actually express some 4 excitements or gratitudes today. The first one is, after a long time, we saw Malala in her university, in her college. After a long time, it was an exciting moment for me that I couldn't speak for a lot of time, in fact, for several minutes. So this was the first excitement and gratitude that I should express, and I should not go without expressing it. The second gratitude and excitement, the 2 books I tried to read almost every kind of literature that has been produced on Bacha Khan and Khudai Khidmatgar movement over the past several years. I tried to find it and, in any language possible and tried to read it. But the 2 books that have always remained very close to my heart, they are actually the ones that I should really express my gratitude to. The stories that perhaps we had to tell the world and the world had to listen to it, those stories. These 2 amazing scholars and people have told our stories. One of them is Mukulika Banerjee. I was so excited and feel so grateful. The Pathan Unarmed is an amazing book. And the other one is Rajmohan Gandhi's Bacha Khan, the Abdul Ghaffar, the Badshah of Pashtuns. Fortunately and unfortunately, both belong to India, in fact.
Let's say it is fortunate.
It's very strange. It should not be strange, but it's very interesting to see. Ziauddin Yousafzai, I met him after a long time, as he said in his own talk as well. We had been together for a long time, worked together for a long time. Whatever could be possible in those circumstances, we tried to do for the betterment and uplift of the Pashtun society and the people around the oppressed nations. So I'm meeting him after a long time, so I felt so excited. And of course, Turpeka Babi and the rest of the people, of course, are included. And the fourth excitement that I felt today, and I should express gratitude, and for this also I'm grateful to Ziauddin Sahab and his family, that I met my very old friends after a long, long time. After a very long time. And really feel excited. Abid Jan is sitting in front of me, Zakir is there, Javed Zaman, Mahfuz Jan are there, and Ambar Khairi, who had been my very good colleague in the BBC. I always felt her to be my colleague. So these are the people who have constituted and actually constructed our lives together. Interaction actually make our life. Today, we actually talking about how the narrative of education has been used for subjugation, and then how that narrative was reconstructed for freedom and for independence. So I'll be talking about the unpartitioned India and the way the colonial education narrative has been constructed and permeated and established there. And then I'll try to talk about how that education system or narrative was inherited by the post-colonial state of Pakistan. And then I'll be talking about an experiment, of course, or you can say a paradigm shift that has been brought about by an indigenous model of education, and the way now we have tried to actually continue with that indigenous model of education. So it will take us not more than 15 minutes, I hope so. Colonial, if you look at the colonial objectives of education, you'll find that actually, in fact, were based on utilitarianism and hegemonic worldview of subjugation. The whole narrative was based on they wanted people, curriculum, pedagogy, academic environment, and assessment were geared to develop mindset and skills that could assist in colonial governance structure. They didn't need it for anything else. They needed it for their purpose only. Access, governance, quality of education were thus subservient to the utilitarian objective of subjugation. The similar access, governance, and quality frameworks were inherited by the post-colonial by the post-colonial state of Pakistan. The fact that education was declared as a human right after 63 years of the inception of Pakistan describes the reality in a best manner. In 2010 only, our constitution could declare education as fundamental right, meaning that it's something like a human has to get and has to receive. So education became a fundamental human right after 63 years of the inception of Pakistan. So it tells a lot and describes a lot about it. In addition, curriculum in Pakistan was used for enforced homogenization of cultural, ethnic, lingual, and religious diversity and negation of indigenous civilizations. So on the one hand, the diversity was homogenized in curriculum and in pedagogy and academic environment and in access and governance and of course quality. And on the other hand, indigenous civilizations like Gandhara civilization was completely, the history was distorted, even facts were distorted in history to hide the impact of Gandhara civilization, to hide, to negate the Indus civilization, and it was actually described in something like called as two-nation theory, which was very blurring and nobody could till now describe what actually that two-nation theory was. Pedagogy was, and on the other hand, pedagogy was divorced from modern researches in cognitive psychology. So on the one hand, they were disconnected from the soil, and on the other hand, education was disconnected from the modern civilization. Disconnect with the indigenous civilizations, history, culture, languages, and history, and disconnect with modern researches landed the education system in Pakistan into qualitative and quantitative crisis. The crisis resulted in sharp inequalities in terms of gender, class, rural, urban, and ethno-national entities on the one hand, and led to the perpetuation of the narrative of violent extremism on the other hand. So schools, colleges, universities, and madrasas turned into recruitment centers for violent extremist private armed militias. And we witness it, and we have witnesses, and we are still witnessing it. Regression in creative and critical faculties, on the other hand, is manifest in almost all spheres of life in Pakistan due to the educational crisis, besides 22.8 million children, among which 60% are girls, are out of schools. And they are walking bumps, in fact. So anybody can use them for any purpose they like. Several governmental and non-governmental experiments were carried out to steer the education system of Pakistan out of the present exclusivist and outdated framework and frozen in time epistemological system. Epistemology cannot be frozen in time, but unfortunately it was frozen in time. Epistemological system from education for all to education emergency, but to little avail. Even parallel education systems like divisional schools, elite schools, army schools, and cadet colleges were erected to make for the ruptures, but after scores of reports, dozens of surveys, and a dozen education policies, education in Pakistan remains in emergency. Why? The question is why? Why all these experiments have failed? The answer lies to this question that all these surveys, reports, narratives, recommendations about curricula, about pedagogical tools, they were not based on a paradigm shift. The paradigm shift from the utilitarian objective of subjugation or for making education as a tool for providing or producing people to assist in colonial governance structure to the human aspect of education. So this paradigm shift never occurred in Pakistan's education system. That is why all these experiments failed or are failing or succeeded very little in terms of Tariq Saab and the rest we have been talking about and will be talking about in the future also. Now, the indigenous experiment, which was never taken seriously by not only Pakistan but the rest of the world also, and which we tried to resurrect and tried to continue with, that was the establishment of Azad schools by Bacha Khan's Tehreek-e-Islahul Afagina, which was later termed as Khudai Khidmatgar movement. The very narrative of the Khudai Khidmatgar movement, or the Tehreek-e-Islahul Afagina, was based on human dignity. So that was actually that every human needs to prosper in terms of wisdom. Poharanada. So everybody needs light, every human. And that light is provided by education and learning. So that was the core objective, and that was a paradigm shift from the colonial to a free, independent, and you can say a structural transformation from the colonial to the post-colonial, if you could pay heed to that. The educational narrative of Azad School was based on human dignity and overall development, inclusive curriculum, multiple skills development, and socio-cultural and socio-political consciousness. So the human as an individual and human as a collective was taken into consideration both at the same time, both simultaneously. That is why it was not only necessary for them to develop individual skills through education, but to develop and create consciousness, collective consciousness, national consciousness, and aesthetic consciousness at the same time. This is amazing. This is an amazing indigenous model of education, which perhaps could not be discovered or analyzed sufficiently so far. So that is why in the Azad schools, these 4 types of inequality which we see in the society of Pakistan in education system specifically, like rural-urban inequality, gender inequality, ethno-national inequality, and class inequalities that we find in Pakistani society and the rest of the society in the world, and specifically in education system, they were done away with in Azad schools. And you can see that 13% of literacy rate in 1921, when the first Azad school in Utmanzai was established by Bacha Khan and his friends, went up to jump to 29% of literacy rate in 1930, only in 10 years or 9 years. So you can see that. So everybody could read that. And that was co-educational. Girls were encouraged to read. And for the first time, the leadership of Uday Madgar sent their daughters to schools. That was amazing at that time, and if you could imagine what was happening at that time and the way they did it, it was really amazing to learn from. And at the same time, a farmer would read side by side with the son of a landed Khan. So Wali Khan was one of the first students, the son of Bacha Khan. Ghani Khan was the first student, but their own farmer was reading beside them. So class inequality was done away with. Gender inequality was done away with. And access, it was almost all the schools were established in the rural areas. That is why rural-urban inequality was also done away with. So this was the system, and the point that I'm trying to make, that the Azad schools, the network of Azad school expanded within 9 years throughout Pakhtunkhwa, from one school in Utmanzai in 1921 to 104 schools, most of them are secondary schools, in 1930. So that expansion was amazing. Doing away inequalities was amazing. So something was there that we are missing right now. So what was that? That was the paradigm shift. Human dignity, indigenous culture, connecting it with modern civilization and modern researches. Now, what we have tried to do right now, how to resurrect that, and how to actually learn from the experience, the indigenous experience.
The medium was Pashto, isn't it? Yes?
That is what, when I say indigenous, it means all the indigenous languages were included, not only Pashto, but all the languages were included. All the cultures, civilizations, and theater, for the first time, was practiced for political consciousness and for social consciousness, and for developing the faculties of the students in an amazing manner, in a wonderful manner. And it reached to mean, like, say, its zenith of development, the theater I'm talking about, in that part of the world, which is considered as very conservative even now. So that is very amazing. So arts, cultures, and multilingualism was the environment. So all the students of Azad schools used to be conversant in Pashto, English, Persian, and Arabic. And their declamation contest would actually manifest that. So for example, Ghani Khan and Wali Khan, Ahmad Baba, Master Karim, all was well versed. Manmohan Singh was one of the graduates. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was one of the graduates of Azad schools. All were well conversed in Persian, Pashto, English, Urdu, and Arabic. 4 languages, so multilingual environment. So this, when I say indigenous means all these things: inclusivist, incorporating indigenous civilization, basing and founding on indigenous wisdom, and connecting it with modern civilization, modern researches. So that was we tried to do it in Bacha Khan schools established by Bacha Khan Education Foundation. We tried to we have tried to develop the same indigenous model through various modern techniques. So we have developed some 4 objectives, basing and founding on the objectives set by the Azad schools. And what were those objectives? Clearly outlined objectives. Development of critical thinking, multiple skills development, civic and aesthetic consciousness, and environmental consciousness. So these are all based on what we have tried in Bacha Khan, through Bacha Khan education system and through the establishment of Azad schools, of Bacha Khan school, is to outline clear objectives basing on the indigenous model of Azad schools, and to make it more vibrant and more dynamic through modern researches. That is what we have done. So the objectives, then the curriculum. The curriculum at Bacha Khan schools, now there are 16 secondary Bacha Khan schools, some 7,000 students around Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The first school, for example, in the south is in Tal, in Hangu district, to Chetral. And now 2 schools this year were established and opened, Bacha Khan schools, in Job and Loralai also, so northern Balochistan as well. Some 7,000 students, 300 teachers, some 300 community education committee members, and of course some 5,000 activists. So 10,000 people working under this umbrella of Bacha Khan education. The curriculum is formal subjects, of course, you know, the textbook board, the subjects published by the textbook board and are compulsory for education boards. And then culture curriculum, which includes an integral part of actually the education system. Visual arts, performing arts, crafts and folklore are an integral part of the curriculum. Besides folklore, and of course, you know, I'm trying to make it very brief and very trying to make it something like that you should be able to ask questions about later on. The third part of the curriculum is Bacha Khan syllabus for peace. So we teach Bacha Khan and Khudai Khidmatgar movement in a formal manner. We have developed it and designed its curriculum. And of course, one of the books we refer to is the Pathan Unarmed. Then the medium of instruction in primary education is mother languages. For example, in Chatral it is Kwar, and the rest of the districts is Pashto, and in Diyai Khan it is Seraiki. So the primary education medium of instruction is mother tongue and mother language, and later in the secondary school we introduce multilingualism. And Pashto is compulsory as Urdu and English are throughout the system of Bacha Khan schools. Multilingualism is one of the features of Bacha Khan schools. Pedagogies, of course, we have developed modern tools, and I see Alex here, we have been discussing pedagogical tools, we'll be discussing more of them as well. And of course, completely basing on the modern researches in cognitive psychology, activities, questioning, use of librarian labs, and we have developed craft centers and culture centers in every Bacha Khan school. So in craft centers in the afternoon, those women who have been left behind, who are missed and who have missed something, so they are provided an opportunity to learn skills, crafts. And crafts are taught to every student of Bacha Khan school, but every Bacha Khan school provides this opportunity to the women in the environment, in the surroundings. And of course, those, some 30 each Bacha Khan school, some 16,000 women take benefit from these craft centers every year in the whole of Tunkhwa. Non-violent academic environment, complete non-violence. So it's not only the legal requirement that corporal punishment should not be given to students, but it's like completely non-violent environment, meaning like it's per philosophy. So, and the way we do it, we have been discussing it quite in detail. The way we do it, that's, if you ask, I'll tell you. I'll make it very short. Assessment, and the other very important feature, as was with Azad schools, is the involvement or the ownership of the community. So each Bacha Khan school has a community education committee, as each Azhar school used to have community education committee. So financial sustainability, providing space for running the school, and providing all the facilities or security and monitoring system, help in monitoring system. That is community. So it's actually the shared ownership, in fact, of the community. So that is another feature of this indigenous model of education, which we have tried to revive basing on the Azad schools. So Bacha Khan schools are actually the resurrection of Azad schools, or you can say continuation of Azad school. Success is 100%, meaning like in education boards, if you take measurement only these educational boards, so all Bacha Khan school students pass, mean all students pass, and 90% of students usually get A grades. So that's also very amazing. Each student, every student of Bacha Khan school has to be skilled at least in one craft when he or she passes through. So all Bacha Khan school are co-educational. That is what actually we have learned from Bacha Khan, how to remain non-violent and how to resist oppression, how to be local particular, at the same time, how to be universal. That's what actually is the contribution of Bacha Khan and his Khuday Khidmatgar movement, and the continuation of the Khuday Khidmatgar movement. And one part of it, and very small part of it, we have tried to revive and resurrect, and that is Bacha Khan schools and Bacha Khan education system. Thank you very much. So nice of you for listening.
Thank you. That was truly inspiring, really, and I think there'll be a lot more questions, and thank you for finishing on time so we can take questions later. But now, before we invite our next prose speaker, our poet who's going to speak in prose today, can I just invite Karan Khan Saab to the stage? Where is he?
And this is his one poetry.
One poem.
ټولو راغلو ملګرو ته سلامونه، نیکې هیلې او احترامات خو دې وکړي چې ټول جوړې د ضیاءالدین لالا د دغه هڅه د ستایلو ده چې کال په کال دغه د باچا خان په حواله باندې دغه غونډه را جوړوي، دا پښتانه راټولوي، تاسو ملګري راټولوي. زه به هم د خپل طرفه دغه یو چاربیته مونږ لیکلې وه په 2015 کې ریکارډ شوه او خلکو ډېره زیاته خوښه کړه. محترم استاد سایل صاحب ناست دی، د هغې په اجازه، د ډاکټر صاحب خادم حسین په اجازه تاسو ټولو ته دغه به په تحت اللفظ کې ووایم، خو د دې سره د دې تر څنګ به زه دلته میشت چې کم څومره هم پښتانه دي زموږ په خوخو ځایونو کې دي، په خوخو وظیفو باندې دي، هغه ټولو ته به زه وایم چې تاسو کولی شئ چې دغه د بابا فکر چې دی دغه په خپلو کشرانو کې دلته چې کم تاسو فامیلونه دي په دې کې دغه کشرانو ته یې ور منتقل کړئ، دیو ته دغه د باچا خان بابا دغه لارې وښیئ. او بیا ما یو کال یو نیم مخکې هم ضیاءالدین لالا ته ویلي و چې که په برټش دغه میوزیم کې یا په مادام تساو کې د باچا خان د مجسمې دپاره تاسو تګ و دود وکئ، د دې چې دغه میشت ملګري د ډېرو ملکونو د ډېرو قومونو د هیروز دغه مجسمې پکې دي، نو دغه به هم زموږ دپاره یوه د ډاډ او د ویاړ خبرې. دغه یوه چاربیته مونږ لیکلې وه، هغه داسې وه چې پښتنو داسې خوارزار ولې
اصل کې دا کرن خان لیکلی دی، دا نظم د خپل دی او دا دی په میوزیک سره وایي، خو په دې حال کې د میوزیک اجازت نه و. I request Karan Khan to sing it, please.
Yeah, just sing it. That's fine.
Sing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
نو بس زه باید درته په ترنم کې وم، خدای دې وکړي چې تاسو ته خوند واخلئ.
مهربانه شي.
پښتنو داسې خوارزار ولې په سمه لاره شئ بې لار ولې سوچ خو مشته ستاسو د سوچ ترجمانی پکار ده باچا خانی پکار ده باچا خانی پکار ده باچا خانی پکار ده باچا خانی خپل پختو لکه د مورو ساتي خپل حیا لکه د خورو ساتي د خو اخلاقو نمونه شعرونو ځان له په هر کلی کې ورورو ساتي د نفرتونو نه څه نه جوړیږي د دې جنګونو نه څه نه جوړیږي انسانیت او سړیتوب زده کوي د دې ظلمونو نه څه نه جوړیږي تاسو د یو بل ویزار ولې پاتې د مینې له اظهار ولې پختنه مینا پاک مینا افغانی پکار ده او باچا خانی پکار ده علم زمون د ژوند بنیاد پکار دی لګ اتفاق او اتحاد پکار دی سواد کابل کوټ دی څوک نه بیلوي د هر ظالم خلاف جهاد پکار دی د خويندو میندو نه دعا واخلي دا تیارې ختم کړي رڼا واخلي د ځان جوړ کړي خدای خدمتګار پخپل خاور د ژوند سا واخلي د ژوند په منډه کې سار ولي د غلامانو خدمتګار ولي خدای به منبخي صحیح مسلمانی پکار ده او باچا خانی پکار ده چې جب سپک کړي سپکیږي هغوی چې جب ورک کړي ورکیږي هغوی فخر افغان بابا پخوا ویلی چې نه یو کیږي نو غر کیږي هغوی مونږ د بابړي شهیدان هیر کړي مونږ سپېڅلي مشران هیر کړي مونږ د میون ملالې نه پیژنو مونږ افکار د باچا خان هیر کړي ګناه مو څه د ګناهګار ولي یو بل وژلو ته تیار ولي ارمان مې دا هر رشته مې انساني پکار ده ډېر زیاته بنا
Thank you very much. That was really wonderful. Beautiful. Thank you. Can I now invite Rahmat Shah to please come and speak?
ډېره مننه جی ستاسو زه خو ولی خان سره ډېر نږدې پاتې شوی یم باچا خان مې ډېر لږ لیدلی دی خو لیدلی مې د نږدې نه دی او بیا څه لږ شپې ورځې مې دا اعزاز هم راته حاصل شو چې د پښتون رسالې کومه چې د باچا خان رساله وه د هغې یو څو کاله رقم پاتې شوم ایډیټر هم پاتې شوم نو دغه دواړه شخصیتونه ما لیدلي وو او باچا خان چې کوم دی نو زه چې کله دغه ته رالم پاټۍ ته نو هغه په افغانستان کې بیا چې راغی نو د هغې نه پس مو سره پېژنګلو شو دا څه خبرې ما راټولې کړې وې دا تقریبا ما وی چې زه دونه لرې ځم او چې ټیک شو نو لکه غوندې اوږدې خبرې به کوم او ځینې سوالونه مې هم په ذهن کې وو ځینې خبرې وې هغه پکې دا خبره راله چې دا ټایم ډېر لږ پکار دی او څه دي نو ما 2 ځله ضیاءالدین سره دا خبره ډسکس کړه. بیا نو هغه شی مې په ځای پرېښه. هغه ما د یوې ګنټې دپاره تقریبا دغه لیکلی و او بیا دغه ستاسو ټایم ډېر نه علمه ځکه چې وخت وشو نو دا خو زه نه شم
سټیج ته لاړ شئ.
او سټیج ته به دا ضیاءالدین صاحب هغه به سټیج دی.
دا ټول خلک تاسو لپاره راغلي دي جی. دا ټول تاسو لپاره راغلي دي.
دا به دلته کېږو. زما اواز هسې تاسو ته شاید چې دررسي او خوشحاله هم یم. دلته د ډېر پېژنګلو ملګري هغه هم راغلي دي. نو دا زما د عنوان دی باچا خان او د هغه جدوجهد. دا په یوه سده په یوه پیړۍ خور اور جدوجهد دی. دا په یو 2-3 صفحو کې راځایول زما په خیال. خو لکه زمونږ خو د غرونو خلک وي نو دا راته پته دا مو مشاهده ده چې لکه د بیزې د بوټي نه مو چک کړی دی او په مخه پیاوړېدلي یو که نه. باچا خان زما په خیال د خپل ژوند او جدوجهد په رڼا کې د خپل ټاکلي شوي شخصیت نه هم ډېر لوی او غیر معمولي انسان دی. د هغه د کار او عمل او د هغه د فکر و نظر په پیژندو کې موږ په مجموعي ډول ناکامه شوي یو. موږ پښتانه په مجموعي ډول ناکامه شوي یو. هغه په داسې زمانه کې پیدا شو چې د پیرروشان د تحریک دوړې ناستې وي. د هغه افکار د خاورو لاندې شوي وو. د خوشحال خان دورې ختمې شوې وې. د انګریز سرکار د یوې پیړۍ نه زیات د هند په خاوره د حکمرانۍ وخت تیر شوی و. غلامۍ زموږ د خاورې د خلکو ذهنونه او زړونه زنګ کړي وو. د خوشحال خان خټک د وخت نه د باچا خان د وخت پورې 3-3.5 کاله فاصله ده. یو مستقله خاموشي وه. په دغسې وخت کې د باچا خان پیدا کېدل یو اهم سوال هم دی او د قدرت یو ناڅاپي پیرزوینه هم. باچا خان لا په پوره ډول د سکول نه فارغ شوی نه و چې د خپل کور نوکر په ځینې خبرو متاثره. نو د افسرۍ د نوکرۍ دپاره درخواست ورکړو. درخواست منظور شو. هغه چې هلته د افسرانو کالونۍ ته ورسېدو نو په اول نظر کې یې ولیدل چې یو انګریز افسر د یو مقامي افسر ډېره بېعزتي او سپکاوي کوي. هغه ته دغلته د غلام او اکا د فرق احساس وشو او واپس راستون شو. د سکول په زمانه کې به هغه څه محسوس کړي وي. دا خو لا تر اوسه یو سربسته راز دی. خو دومره خو پته لګي چې د دغو ټولو احساساتو لومبی اظهار هغه دغلته وکړو او د انګریز سرکار افسري یې قبوله نه کړه. ستا سترګو ته کاته زما لومبی ګناه وه. ستا سترګو ته کاته زما لومبی ګناه وه چې شونډې مې پرانیستې دي لومبی ټپه مې دا وه. دا وخت ماته د خلیل جبران یو وړوکی نظم را یادېږي. هغه وایي هغې ما ته ووې چې که غلام اوده ووینې مې ویښوه. کیدی شي دی د ازادۍ خوب وي. خو ما ورته ووې چې که غلام اوده ووینې راویښې که او د ازادۍ په معنا او مفهوم یې پوه کړه. د دغه وړوکي نظم دغه تصور شاید چې د باچا خان لومبۍ آینه وه چې د دغه نظم مقاصدو د باچا خان وجود آینه خانه یا آینستان کو. هر آینه په بله کې ښکارېده او هر آینه په خپله یو سوالو. اوس باچا خان یو فرد پاتې نه شو. هغه د خپل ذات نه را بهر شوی و. او د خپل وجود په قام او د قام په ټولو ولسونو تقسیم کړی. کار د خدمت د جذبې نه شروع کو او تر آخري سلګۍ ورسو. د خپل ټوکړې ټوکړې قام غم، د قام د بې تعلیمۍ غم او د غلامۍ د زنګ شوو ذهنونو نه صفا کولو غم او دغسې په شلګونو لوی لوی غمونه هغه زړه ته واچول، بلکې د دغو غمونو ته خپله ټوله زندګي وسپارله. دغه ټول غمونه هغه 15 کاله چاڼ کړل. اوس هغه د ډېرو تکلیفونو زغملو باوجود د دغه هر غم لا ورو ورو لارې را پیدا کړې. په کلو کوڅو ونو غنو حجرو چوپالونو وګرځېدو، ملګري یې پیدا کړل. اوس هغه یوازې نه و، ډېر خلک ورسره ملګري شوي وو. جلسې یې شروع کړې. په خلکو کې یوه قامي او ولسي جذبه داسې پیدا کړه چې د دې سره انګریز سرکار هم نور بیدار. اوس به کله جیلونه وو او کله جلسې. هغه په دې قسمه پریوتو پاسېدو کې پښتون قام مجسم هم که، هغه تخلیق هم که او هغه ته د هغه د هر مرض د دارو فکر هم وکړ. آزاد سکولونه جوړ او په هغې کې یې رضاکار استادان پیدا کړل. د دغو آزادو سکولونو د انسپکشن کار به هغه په خپله کوو. جلسې، جیلونه او سکولونه اوس د هغه او د هغه د ملګرو سحرونه او ماښامونه وو. په سکولونو کې یې خپل بچي هم داخل کړي وو. هغه ته ټول پښتون اوس د یو کور خلق ښکارېدل. باچا خان او د هغه ملګرو د مشقت جیلونه تیر کړي دي. د جیلونو نه جنازې راوړي دي او د هریپور جیل خو د هغه د ملګرو په لاسو د جیلخانې د مشقتیانو په طور د هغې په ذریعه جوړ کړی شوی دی. په جیلخانه کې مرګي نشته چې د یارۍ مې توبهګار نشي میینه. دا ټپه د باچا خان په وخت کې او د هغې په جیلونو کې تخلیق شوې ده. په جیلخانه کې مرګي نشته چې د یارۍ مې توبهګار نشي میینه. یا دا ټپه بابا واپس د جیله راغی، زما لالې د 400 نه راځي. دا هم د باچا خان د تحریف نه پیدا شوې ټپه ده. د دې قیدولو بندولو هیڅ سر نه و، خو نه باچا خان په قلاره ناست دی او نه ملګري په قلاره ناست دی. بیا یې د پښتون په نوم په 1928 کې رساله شروع کړه. دغه رسالې به د جیلونو او جلسو حالونه هم چاپ کول او د پروپیګنډو مخنیوی به هم کوو. او دا د دې رسالو کمالو چې د پښتونخوا د یو سر نه د بل سره پورې به د باچا خان د ملګرو خبرې یو شان وي. هغه خپل پیغام یو کور ته رسولی دی. د دې باوجود چې هغه له څوک راځي او لاس ورکوي نو ورته وایي چې زما لار ډېره ازغنه ده. ته سوچ وکړه چې سبا پیمانه نشي. د جلسو جلوسونو د سکولونو او رسالې سره هغه تنظیمکاري هم کړې ده. د سودم رستم ځینې خانان ورله په ګیله راځي چې باچا خانه تا زموږ د علاقې یو کسبګر د تنظیم صدر کو، نو اوس به موږ کسبګرو ته کیلو پاسو. باچا خان یې پوهوي زما مقصد هم دا دی چې دا د هنر خاوندان خلک دي، دا د دې قام لاسو خپې دي. تر څو چې موږ دغه لاسو خپې خپل نه کړو او د قام احساس ور نه کړو، موږ کامیابي نشو موندلی. زما لوی مقصد هم دغه دی او که تاسو ما د خپل مقصد نه په دې وخت کې اړوئ نو زه دا دومره کار د څه دپاره کوم هغې ته مرورېږي په خفګان ځي او کال پس واپس راځي ورسره ملګري کېږي اوس چې خبره څومره په مخ کې ځي حالات نورم سختېږي باچا خان په سردریاب کې مرکز جوړوي او د کانګرس سره اتحاد هم لري کانګرس د سیول نافرمانۍ خبرې شروع کړي دي په سردریاب مرکز کې دا فیصله کېږي چې موږ به هم پکې برخه اخلو یو سړی پورته کېږي او وایي چې زه به دا پلانې پل ورانوم باچا خان ورته وایي چې پل د خلکو ضرورت وي دا د سرکار ضرورت نه وي موږ به صرف د سرکار سره تعاون نه کوو او حکم به یې نه منو هغه سړی ضد کوي باچا خان ورته بیا وایي چې ښه د پل وران کړه خو بیا نیغ تاڼې ته لاړ شه او هلته دا خبره رپورټ کا چې دا پل ما وران کړ هغه ته تپوس کوي چې دا ولې نو باچا خان یې پوهوي چې سرکار به بیا د دې پل خواوشا خلک رانیسي او تکلیفونه به ورکوي موږ خلکو له تکلیفونه نه ورکول غواړو دغسې هغه سړی پیمانه کېږي او باچا خان نه بخښنه غواړي باچا خان دا هم ملګرو ته وایي چې بهر به موږ د سرکار حکم نه منو او د سرکار هیڅ قانون به نه منو خو تاسو به هیڅ تشدد نه کوئ او چې جیل ته لاړ شئ نو هلته به قانون بیخي نه ماتوي دا ډېره زیاته عجیبه غوندې خبره ده چې بهر به قانون نه منو سرکار به نه منو خو په جیل کې به قانون منو به نه ماتو دا د هغه سیاسي حکمت عملی هم ده او د هغه د عدم تشدد فلسفه هم باچا خان په مرکز کې هغه اصول په ټولو خلکو منلي وو د کوم دپاره چې هغه جدوجهد شروع کړی و هغه خپل ملګري د جدوجهد په لوبه کې شریک ساتلی دي تماشګري ته نه دي جوړ کړي په سکولونو کې ډرامې مشاعرې او نورې سرګرمۍ هم روانې وي سبقونه هم ویلې کېدل رساله هم روانه وه جیلونه او جلسې هم روانې وي خلک ډېرېدل نوي زیږېدل او نوي ژوند ته هوسېدل او دا هر څه په مسلسل ډول کېدل د باچا خان جدوجهد چې خالص د ازادۍ دپاره و د ورورولۍ او قامولۍ دپاره و د عدم تشدد په بنیاد د امن دپاره و دا تقریبا په یوه پیړۍ خور جدوجهد دا څومره افسوسناکه خبره ده چې هم د ده په قام د ده په خاوره د 40 کالو نه د پردو رقابتونو په وجه وینې وبهېدې یعنی چې کم سړي یوه پیړۍ خور جدوجهد د امن دپاره کړی دی هم د هغه په خاوره باندې 40 کاله وینې وبهېدې د بایزید روښان او خوشحال خان تحریکونه هم د پښتنو خپل تحریکونه دي خو د دغه دواړو نه د خدای خدمتګار تحریک زیات رونه او روښانه دی ځکه چې په دې کې د پورې او سپورې د شریک ژوند ذکر هم دی بیا که د بایزید روښان د نن وخت افکارو او که د خوشحال خان خټک د وخت افکارو د دواړو معنوي اړخونه هم په دې دور کې زیات معنخیز شوي او روښانه شوي د پښتنو په تاریخ لیکلو لاس پورې شوی او دا نن چې په زرګونو کتابونه په پښتو کې چاپ کیږي دا هم د باچا خان او د هغه د تحریک برکت دی باچا خان او د هغه ملګري د ازادۍ د جنګ نه واخله د جمهوریت اواید د جنګه پورې په هره مرحله کې د هر اول دستې رول کړی دی د هغه ملګري د افلاطون د یوټوپیایي جمهوریت د غار د لویو شوو کردارونو تصوراتي او خیالي خلک نه دي چې په سورو هم د خلکو ګمان کوي، بلکې دا ژوندي کردارونه دي. باچا خان بودا هم نه دی چې کارکنان د ترک دنیا مبلغین دي. د خلک نه یوازې د جدوجہد په لوبه کې شامل دي، بلکې د کورونو د علنې پالنې ذمہ داري هم په غاړه لري. زه دلته یو وضاحت کوم چې افلاطون زما په نظر کې لوی سړی دی. داسې که څوک دا مطلب وانه اوري او بودا خو د هغه نه ډېر زیات لوی سړی دی. زما مطلب دا دی چې د هغه د خیالي کردارونه او د جمهوریت د مثالونو لپاره او د بودا چې کوم مبلغین دي نو هغه ترک دنیا خلک دي. خو د باچا خان د تحریک کردارونه چې کوم دي د هغې کورونه او د کورونو غم هم د هغې په سر دی، جهیلونو ته هم ځي او په چوپالونو سفرونو پولو پټو هم ګرځي. جی ها، باچا خان ته چې جلاوطنۍ نه پس راغی نو په سخاکوټ کې جلسه وه. ما د حیدرآباد کیس نه پس باچا خان ته یو منظوم نظم لیکلی چې د هغې یو شعر داسې و: بابا دا ستا د عدم تشدد نه خو قربان شو، په دې لار خو مو نه پرېږدي، په کومه لار روان شو. زما نه پس باچا خان ته د خبرو وخت ورکړی شو نو هغه وویل چې زه خو د خبرو نه بلکې د عمل سړی یم، تقریر نه کوم. د دې شاعر په دې خبرو ما او تاسو ټولو له غور او فکر پکار دی، بس دا زما تقریر دی او بس یې. د دې تقریر نه کولو سره ما ته ډېر خلک غوسه هم وو چې دا د څه چل وکړو، دا خو ډېره موده پس راغلی و، مونږ به دې اورېدو، هغه خو اړوسونه وې. ښه، څو میاشتې پس هغه زما دکان ته راغی او ما ته یې ګیله وکړه چې زه ملکنډ ته 2 ځله راغلم او ته مې ونه لیدې. په دې هغه ما ته 2.5 غنټې تقریر وکړو. ما ورسره د بیا حاضرۍ او کار کولو لوز وکړو. ما ته دا اعزاز هم حاصل دی چې ما په 2005 کې د پښتون رسالې ایډیټري وکړه او 10 کاله مې یا 11 کاله مې دغه رساله په باقاعدګۍ سره وچلوله. د باچا خان جنازه چې جلال آباد ته تله، زه هم پکې شامل وم. دا خبره هم زمونږ ډېرو ملګرو ډېره په جذباتي انداز کې یو شان بل شان تشریح کړې ده. زما په خیال د هغه په دغه فیصله کې یو حکمت او هغه به یې پکې د ټول عمر دپاره وي، ځکه چې زمونږ سیاست زمونږ خبرې هغه د یو وخت دپاره نه دي، هغه په مسلسل ډول د هر بدلون سره مخ دي او نه بدلون په ځای ودرېږي او نه سیاست په ځای ودرېږي او نه زمونږ راتلونکی نسل چې کوم دی هغه به په ځای ودرېږي چې بس دغه خلک پیدا شوي دي نور به نه راځي. داسې خبره نه ده. نو زه هم په دغه کې وم، زه پکې شامل وم. د باچا خان د جنازې په ذکر ماته د اندیش صاحب دا شعر یادېږي چې زه خو د ژوند د لارې هغه سر ته ورسېدم، زه خو د ژوند د لارې هغه سر ته ورسېدم، او ته چېرته پاتې شوې اشنا، زه چېرته ورسېدم. او زه د دې یو شعر نیم بل هم اجازت غواړم په دغه ترجمه کې، خدای نشته. د ټول افغان، د ټول انسان، د ټول جهان آواز دی. د ټول افغان، د ټول انسان، د ټول جهان آواز دی. د باچا خان آواز د امن د جانان آواز دی. او جنگ د وحشت نامه ده، امن د سپرلی د خندا.
वाह ब्यूटीफुल
جنگ د وحشت نامه ده امن د سپرلی د خندا لکه د مینې د مانو د کهکشان آواز دی ډېره مننه
May I invite Umair Afridi to the stage to provide, he'll provide a short translation of the speech. Thank you. There are a few people who aren't. So just a brief summary maybe.
Okay, so I'm allowed to skip some.
Yeah, just very brief because we'll run out of time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's all right. Bacha Khan and his struggle. In my view, Bacha Khan, in the light of his life and struggle, is larger than his personality. But we have collectively failed in understanding his work and vision. Thank you. He was born at a time when the dust of Pir Roshan's movement had settled down. His thoughts were forgotten. Khushal Khan Khatak's memories had also faded away. India had been under British rule for over a century. Slavery had taken away self-respect from the people. From the times of Khushal Khan Khatak until the era of Bacha Khan, that is for some 300 to 350 years, there has been absolute silence or inertia. At such a point in history, Bacha Khan's birth was an important and unforeseen heavenly blessing. Bacha Khan was still studying when he succeeded in securing an officer's job for himself. When he arrived at the officer's colony, he saw a British officer abusing and insulting a local officer. He deeply felt the difference between a master and a slave. He returned home without taking up the job. What he must have felt during his school days, no one knows, but this was the first expression of his revulsion to slavery. Khalil Gibran has said, and I quote, "They tell me if you see a slave sleeping, do not wake him, lest he be dreaming of freedom. I tell them, if you see a slave sleeping, wake him up and explain to him what freedom is." Unquote. Perhaps this was Bacha Khan's idea of the struggle for freedom. He stood above himself and dedicated himself to the cause of his nation and his people. He was brimming with passion to serve his people, the passion that lasted till his death. He looked at his divided nation, the illiteracy among his people, and their submissiveness. Instead of getting bogged down, he spent 15 years in analyzing the situation and finding a cure for the predicament of his nation. In spite of all the difficulties, he started traveling around, addressing his people. He found companions who shared his vision. He was no more alone. He inspired unity among his people through public meetings. The British administration perceived this as a threat. He was imprisoned. However, when he was out of jail, he would hold public rallies to unite his Pashtun nation. He built independent schools where volunteers would give lessons. He himself would conduct inspections. Now, along his companions, he had three preoccupations: jail, public rallies, and schools. His own children also attended one of such schools. All Pashtuns looked members of the same family. Bacha Khan and his companions had to face rigorous imprisonments. Many died in jail. Haripur jail was built by him and his companions while serving their term in jail. In 1928, they published a magazine named Pashtun. It carried articles on imprisonment and public rallies as well as countered official propaganda. It helped spread Bacha Khan's message across the Pashtun land. Bacha Khan told his people not to follow official orders while outside, but never resort to violence. That's when he was talking about civil disobedience. But once arrested, they should follow all the rules. This was his political strategy as well as his philosophy of nonviolence. He made everyone in the center to adhere to. That was the center that he established And so told them to adhere to the values that he had fought for. His followers were part of his struggle and not mere spectators. He introduced plays, poetry, recitals, and other extracurricular activities in the syllabus. He continued his movement and infused a new spirit among his followers. Based on non-violence, Bacha Khan's struggle for freedom, brotherhood, nationhood, and peace spans over a generation. It is such a pity that for the last 40 years, the blood of his people has been shed in their own land due to proxy wars imposed by outsiders. The efforts led by Bayazid Rukhan and Khushal Khan were also Pashtun movements, but Khudai Khidmatgar movement was more transparent and enlightening. It gave more meaning and relevance to Bayazid Khan's and Khushal Khan's thoughts in modern times. Pashtuns started writing their own history. Today, thousands of books are published in Pashto, all because of Bacha Khan's and his movement. I have spent 20 years with Wali Khan. He was a great man, but I never wrote poetry about him, but I did for Bacha Khan. A public rally was organized to welcome Bacha Khan in Sakhakot after his return from exile. I had written a poem for Bacha Khan. One of the couplets reads, "We adore your non-violence so much that we will die for it. But if prevented from following you, then what shall we do?" When Bacha Khan was invited to speak, he said he was a man of deeds, not words. So he would rather just say that everyone should give a serious thought to what this poet has said. After a few months, he came to my shop and complained that he went to Malakan twice, but I did not meet him. He spoke with me for more than 2 hours. I promised to see him again and to work with him. I also have the honor of editing the magazine, the Pashtun magazine, from 2005 for 10 years. When Bacha Khan's body was taken to Jalalabad, I was part of the procession. The mention of Bacha Khan's death procession makes me recall this couplet by Mr. Andesh. I have reached the other end in this voyage of life. Where are you stuck, my friend? Look at me, how far I have come. Thank you.
Wow, good.
Well done, yeah.
That was really a marvelous feat to do that so quickly,
yes,
simultaneously.
so quickly
Thank
and
you very
so-
much.
so
And so
emphatic,
accurately.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
accurate and precise.
So finally, we have 2 more poets amongst us. And so can I first invite Atif Topkir, a journalist and a poet who is here from Germany.
Germany, thank you.
Then here we'll shift to Urdu then. I mean, मुझे एक चंद शेर हैं बाचा खान के लिए.
Irshad.
सफीरे हश्त नगर,
Zabardast.
Wow, wow.
Safiri.
सफीरे हश्त नगर, लाला ज़ारे अफ़गानम. सफीरे हश्त नगर,
Lala Zare.
लाला ज़ारे अफ़गानम, नक़ीबे अमन जहद नगमा साज मी करदम.
Wow.
सफीरे हश्त नगर,
Nagma Saz Mikar. Wow.
सफीरे हश्त नगर, लाला ज़ारे अफ़गानम, नक़ीबे अमन जहद नगमा साज मी करदम. अजब फसूं के शबे तीरा गोया यक मुजदा. अजब फसूं के शबे तीरा गोया यक मुजदा. वो चश्मे दिल के तू गोयद तो एक आलम रक़सम. वो चश्मे दिल
कि तू गोयत.
वो चश्मे दिल के तू गोयद तो एक आलम रक़सम. दुरूने ज़ात कई दर्द के तूफान बरपा. दुरूने ज़ात कई दर्द के तूफान बरपा. बरूने ज़ात तबस्सुम की जिम्मेदारी है. दुरूने ज़ात कई दर्द के तूफान बरपा. बरूने ज़ात तबस्सुम की जिम्मेदारी है, बरूने ज़ात तबस्सुम की जिम्मेदारी है। कबीले सुर्ख में तहरीक तेरी जुम्बिश से, कबीले सुर्ख में तहरीक तेरी जुम्बिश से, नवीदे सुबह सुकून भी तेरी तैयारी है। नवीदे सुबह सुकून भी, कबीले सुर्ख में तहरीक तेरी जुम्बिश से, नवीदे सुबह सुकून भी तेरी तैयारी है सब्र मशअले मंजिल के कारवां अपना, है सब्र मशअले मंजिल के कारवां अपना, दुआए बांगे जरस काफिला सालारी है। है सब्र मशअले मंजिल के कारवां अपना, दुआए बांगे जरस काफिला सालारी है। अजीब जंग लड़ी, अजीब जंग लड़ी ए खुदाई खिदमतगार, अजीब जंग लड़ी ए खुदाई खिदमतगार, के तेग दस्त नहीं पर महाज जारी है। अजीब जंग लड़ी, अजीब जंग लड़ी ए खुदाई खिदमतगार, के तेग दस्त नहीं पर महाज जारी है, के तेग दस्त नहीं पर महाज जारी है। इलाजे जहल फकत रोशनी से है मुमकिन, इलाजे जहल फकत रोशनी से है मुमकिन, इलाजे जहल फकत रोशनी से है मुमकिन, मगर ये राह हमेशा सही गद्दारी है।
I think we've had a really wonderful evening, and I want to say thank you to everybody for coming. I promised a question and answer session, but I think you'll agree as an audience that we've had a much better session than the usual without the questions and answers. But if there is anyone here who would like to ask a question, I would like to end the evening with poetry. And I think we have Rahmat Shah Sahab here, who I know a lot of people, my friend in LSE, my colleague, Ru, I know he told me himself that he's come here with his little girl and their children in the audience. It's wonderful that we can celebrate Pashto and Pashto poetry and writing in this wonderful fashion in this very historic old theatre. So I want to end the evening with poetry. But if there are people here who really have urgent questions they want to put to any of our speakers today, we'll take one or two, and then we really need to draw the evening to a close. So is there anyone who wants to ask a question?
Just one question, because
okay,
it will be so long.
Just one.
Just one question.
And please, if you could keep it brief, sir.
Just
and
one
somebody
question.
will have a microphone.
Can you invite
No.
Sorry?
No,
Yeah.
no, the last Sayel sir will
Yeah, he'll end the question.
decide.
Yeah.
That's it, please.
Yeah.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you very much. Rahmat Shah Sahib, no sorry, Khadim Hussain Sahib. The question is directed at you. I was extremely impressed with the information that you provided regarding particularly the curricula that you have in your educational establishments. How much of that is actually inspirational to the Khidmatgar movement of Bacha Khan? And my other question is, where did the education go wrong in Pakistan? I mean, was it a deliberate attempt to actually ruin the curriculum in the country? Because in my time when I studied there, we were very liberal in our thoughts, you know, in terms of education. We learned exactly what you said in your discourse.
Thank you.
Just very, very short and very briefly, the narrative, curriculum, and the whole academic environment of Bacha Khan schools established by Bacha Khan Education Foundation have been inspired by the Khudai Khidmatgar movement, and we consider them as continuation of the Azad schools. 1. 2, yes, it was conscious, systematic, and blatant effort how to isolate the Pakistani society on the one hand, how to use or how to make certain, not certain, most of the schools and educational establishment as breeding grounds for private militias to achieve some foreign policy objectives on the one hand. Second, how to homogenize the whole society and how to kill diversity. And the third, for this, I mean, why were they doing it? In fact, they were doing it to centralize power and resources. So centralization and power and resources are the core issue into it. So education in the whole world, but in Pakistan specifically, it is political, partisan, conscious, and systematic.
Thank you. And Khadim Sahib, you didn't talk about resources, but I think people here present, if Azad schools in KPK now need our support, your support, and I'm sure you'll be willing to talk to people from the audience about how they could materially support these incredible schools that you've told us about. Thank you. So thank you to all my co-panelists this evening. Ziauddin Saab, thank you again for making this evening happen. Thank you to Nadir and Bloomsbury, Pakistan. Thank you to our two wonderful speakers. And I'll leave you with, of course, the poetry of Sayel Saab. Thank you.
Na bia ba mic di bertai kan mic bati
زبدلت ودركم خير دي سماوات درسي
the mic wali
عدلت بكده
And he can stand.
ما
okay I'll do this
ټیک ډیر مننه عقل خو یو دور دی چې نادر سره وي
څنګه شي
عقل خو یو دور دی چې نادر سره وي دا ما څو کاله مخکې زما په خیال دا ملګری او ها سیف الرحمن سلیم زموږ ډېر لوی شاعر و وایي چې د هغه هم نن ورځ ده او اندیش زه به یم چې تاسو وګورئ چې د هغه څنګه خدای خدمتګار و پلار په نیکه او باچا خان څنګه هغلته کار کړی دی دا یوه خبره چې زما په دې مضمون کې نه وه کله چې هغه سماجي کار شروع کړ یو سړي له ورغی یو ملګری ورسره و په لاره روان و یو زمیندار له ورغی هغه ډوډۍ ته ناست و اخري نوڼه یې په خوله کړه او پاڅېدو دی ورغله سلام یې پرې واچو هغه ورته د سلام جواب ورنه کړو لاړو خپله چوکۍ راواغسته او کولبۍ روانه کړه نو باچا خان چې داسې بتلو ورسره به روانو او چې داسې به راتلو هم ورسره به را روانو خپله خبره یې ورته کوله خو هغه ورته هېڅ نه وې ښه و نه دا یې هم ورته نه کول نو بیا چې ترې را روانېدو خپله خبره یې ورته پوره کړه نو بیا ورته وی چې ښه ده ما دغه خبره وه ما درته وکړه او ته پرې غور وکړه فکر وکړه او را روان شه ته او سلام یې وکړه خو هغه بیا هم جواب ورنه کړه دغه ملګری یې خفه شه نو هغه ورته وی چې خیر دی مه خفه کېږه دا نه پوهېږي او چې نه پوهېږي نو زه د دې دپاره راوتم چې پوه یې کړم دې د کاره هم نه وتو دی ښه وکړه چې کولبۍ روانه وساتله زه یو نظم ما لیکلی و چې دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم دا زما په خیال دا پیش کومه څو کاله مې مخکې لیکلی و دا پته نه لګي خو دا یو خبره وه چې دا اور بیا کله سوات ته راورسېدو دا یوه خبره بخښنه غواړم او د اندیش دغه د اندیش ما ته دا خبره کړې وه او ډېر لوی شاعر و هغه وایي چې د دې ژوندون د ګلزارونو د سپرلو په امید ډېر لاړو رالو خو په څانګه ستا د خیال کېناست. نو په سوات نه د دیر نه د باجوړ نه زمونږ د ملکنډ نه رالاندې خلک رالو. هغوی له چا په کورونو کې، چا په بیټکونو کې، په سکولونو کې، په حجرو کې ځایونه ورکړل او ځینې ځایونو کې کیمپونه جوړ شو. خو زه به پېښور ته کله کله تلمه نو دا سړکونه به اکثر بند وو. کله به په دې لار لاړو، کله به په دې. و دې کې یوه فایده دا وه چې موږ به دا کیمپونه لیدل چې دلته کیمپ دی، دغلته کیمپ دی. او د خپلو اوښکو په کفنونو کې خلک لکه هغه سپین سپین تنبان وو، په هغې کې خلک ناست او د آړ په سره غرمو کې. ما به یو سوچ کو، زمونږ یې په دې سوات کې یو شاعر و، وړوکی شاعر و، هغه یو شعر لیکلی و. شعر ما ته پوره یاد نه دی خو تاسو ته هغه مقصد بیانوم چې هغه وی چې زه خو وړوکی هلک وم، په شعر مې څه پوهېدم، خو سوات او جانان دومره ښایسته و چې شاعر یې کړم. نو ما ته به یو احساس کېدو چې زما د هغه وړوکي شاعر هغه د سوات ښایست خو د هغه نه پاتې دی. نه پوهېږم چې هغه به په کم کیمپ کې وي او د هغه جانان به په کم کیمپ کې وي. تاسو وګورئ که نه، دا یو مثال نه دی. دغې راتلو او دغسې کیمپونو ته منتقل کېدو څومره زړونه روان کړي دي. یو دغه نظم ما لیکلی و، دا در سره شریکوم او ستاسو مننه ماله مو لکه دا بیا وخت راکړ. په خپل وطن کې جنګ را په سر دی، هلته هم زه مرم، دلته هم زه مرم. پردی غوبل دی، پردی شر دی، هلته هم زه مرم، دلته هم زه مرم. زما گریوانی رخی رخی کو زما وجود اندام اندام کو. زما گریوانی رخی رخی کو زما وجود اندام اندام که. پردے ٹوپک دے پردے سنگر دے، دلته هم زه مرم، هلته هم زه مرم. په خپل وطن کې جنګ را په سر دی، پردی غوبل دی، پردی شر دی، دلته هم زه مرم، هلته هم زه مرم. کوسا کوسا می د زړه په وینو روزانه لامبي زه ورته ګورم. کوسا کوسا می د زړه په وینو هر ورځ لامبي زه ورته ګورم. ما پما وجنی کافر هنر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم ما پما وجنی کافر هنر دے پخپل وطن کے جنگ را پسر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم یو شان پختون دے یو شان وجود دے که کابل دے که پیخور دے یو شان پختون دے یو شان وجود دے که کابل دے که پیخور دے یو می زړګې دے بل می زیګر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم یو می زړګې دے بل می زیګر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم یو شان پختون دے یو شان وجود دے که کابل دے که پیخور دے یو شان وجود دے یو شان پختون دے یو شان وجود دے که کابل دے که پیخور دے یو می زړګې دے بل می زیګر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم پخپل وطن کے جنگ را پسر دے پردے غوبل دے پردے شر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم هلته که مړ شم دلته به پړ شم دلته که مړ شم هلته به پړ شم هلته که مړ شم دلته به پړ شم دلته که مړ شم هلته به پړ شم هغه مې روح دی دا مې نظر دی دلته هم زمرم هغه مې روح دی دا مې نظر دی هلته هم زمرم دلته هم زمرم ملال شوي ټپک پورتا پختون د نن په سندره پوي کا ملال شوي ټپک پورتا پختون د نن په سندره پوي کا چې ستا په شور کې هم یو اثر دی دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم اے نړیوالو اے امن دوستو د جنگ پرستو مټ د نیو دی دا ډیر زوړ आवाज دی چې اے نړیوالو اے امن دوستو او دا چې دنیا دا اوسنی شعر دی زما چې دنیا زمونږ سره زمونږ د دوستۍ چل نه کوي دنیا زمنګ سره زمنګ د دوستۍ چل زده نه که دنیا زمنګ په سر غلطې تبصرې کړي او دا شعر به هم تاسو په مخ کې پیش کړم چې دا د 40 کالو د جنګ نه جوړ دی او زمونږ فیصله ده چې د دنیا د آبادۍ دعوې دروغ دي د دنیا د آبادۍ دعوې دروغ دي چې تر څو د پښتنو کورونه وران دي اے نړیوالو اے امن دوستو د جنگ پرستو مټ د نیو دے اے نړیوالو اے امن دوستو د جنگ پرستو مټ د نیو دے پما قیامت دے پما محشر دے پما قیامت دے پما محشر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم پخپل وطن کې جنگ را پسر دے پردے غبل دے پردے شر دے دلته هم زمرم هلته هم زمرم ډېره مننه ډېر خوشحاله